Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video is all about head and shoulders. Head and shoulders are near and dear to me because this is actually the first pattern that I actually learned how to do when I first started trading. So let's go over head and shoulders. Let's see what we're talking about here. So this is a head and shoulders pattern right now, okay? When it has the head and shoulders patterns, we have us coming up over here. We have our left shoulder. It's going to come down here to our neckline over here. Then it's going to make a huge shoot up to make our head, come back down, come back up to make the right shoulder, which is normally even to the left shoulder. And then guess what? Price is going to shoot back down. This is a reversal pattern trading indication. So what's basically going to happen right now is we're going to have a impulse move up. We have our high, we have our higher low, we have our higher high, we have our higher low. We shoot up to our higher high, we come back down to our higher low, then we shoot all the way back up to our higher high, come back down. We're going to make our neckline now, and then we're going to shoot back up, which is supposed to be a new higher high, but we never quite get there. We go even to the last higher high, which was over here, and then it's going to start shooting back down. So the indication that this movement is basically going to reverse is the fact that we come even to our left shoulder and we never make it close to the head that's over here and we never surpass it. And then market obviously reverses and comes back down. Take a look at that real quick. So now this is the opposite way. This is an inverted head and shoulders. So we're coming down from a bearish market or seller's market, coming back down. We have our starting point. We have our low. We have our higher low. We have our lower low. We have our higher low, our lower low, which is going to be the lowest part here. We come up to our higher low, back down to our lower low, and then we shoot back up. Even the shoulders are even with each other, and then we shoot back up. This is as perfect as we can pretty much get it. Let's take a quick look at that right there. This is an indication that the market is going to now be a bearish market or buyer's market, and it's shooting up in the opposite direction. How we know that is because the neckline is here, and we have the shoulder line, which is even. So the prices are even with each other here to let us know that price is no longer coming down. It's now going to shoot back up. So now how do we enter and how do we play this? This is an inverted head and shoulders. I come to find that the inverted head and shoulders, I see a lot more than the standard head and shoulders. Why is that? I really don't know, but that's what I come to find when I look at the market. This is one place for us to enter. This is where we come into the shoulder line area and we're going to enter in here. So me personally, I'm not a big fan of entering here, but I know a lot of people that do it, but I personally don't do it. I enter in right around here. To me, I like to know that the market is already shooting up. I have now the neckline, which is here. So we surpassed the neckline. I like to enter in right here. I see some strong green candles. This is a great indication for me that market is now moving up and market is now changing. So this is pretty much how I like to enter. So we see our head is right here. We have our shoulders right here. And I like to go right above the neckline and enter in right here. So a lot of people want to know, how would I play this? Well, there's different ways that you can play this. You can enter in on the neckline. Like I said, I like to enter in on here. We can have our stop loss, which will be right underneath the shoulder line here. And then we have our take profit, which will be slightly above. This is good for people that have small accounts. There is a danger to this also too, as if the market is going to come down and check the headline, then you might have a little issue over here. But this is a nice, safe bet for most beginners to start with. So now where do we take our profit? Well, when we take our profit, a lot of times we want to even up when we look at the market. What happens on the left side happens on the right. So basically anything that's happening over here, you can kind of look to the past and see exactly what is pretty much going to happen. This is a nice indication. Does it always work out like this? No. But in the perfect world, it works out like this all the time. So this works, I tell everybody, some of the time, most of the time. So that's a little inside joke that I have with a lot of my friends. But like I said, a nice way is to put the take profit even with the last price action before the movement started coming down. So you can look directly across, and this is where I would put my take profit. We have our stop loss right underneath the shoulder and our entry still on the neck. So now for people that have bigger accounts, this is a better move for most people. This is a move that I like to make on my bigger accounts. So for bigger accounts, this is what I want to make. I'm going to put my entry on the neck as is here. I'm going to see the shoulder line, which is over here, and I see the headline. If this checks the headline, you are incorrect. I believe that if the price comes all the way down past the headline, you are just wrong and you need to get out of this trade. It's just not going for you and you've gotten violated. So I like to enter in over here. I'm going to take my take profit way up here, and then I'm going to put my stop loss right below the head. This is how I like to play head and shoulders, because I believe, like I said, if it comes down past the headline, you're just wrong. So you need to get out of this trade. Take a look at this, guys. Now, this is another way that I like to trade also, two head and shoulders. So we're going to see that we have the neckline over here. We have momentum going up. And then guess what? We have a retracement, which comes down. It's going to check this neckline before it makes this move up. So a lot of times I may sit back and wait for that retracement to continue coming back up. Now, the problem when you wait for the retracement, sometimes the retracement never happens. So then you miss the point to enter, which should have been around this neckline. So me personally, I may enter in on the neckline, watch it come up, watch the retracement come down, and put in a second position, and then ride this momentum back up. Take a look, guys. Great work. So now let's take a look inside of the market and see exactly some examples of this. So this is a head and shoulders. So you see that we've marked up the shoulder line. We've marked up the neckline here. This indicating that the market is going to go where? Market is shooting down. Now we have an inverted head and shoulders. Like I said, I come to find that I see this a lot more than the regular head and shoulders. This is indicating that market is going to do what? Market is going to shoot up. We have our neckline. We have our shoulder line. This is almost as perfect as it's going to get. I like to look at head and shoulders in the line chart. For me, I personally think I could find it better in the line chart than anything. So the line chart is a nice indication of where I can find head and shoulders. I think it's easier to see. It's also where I check for M's and W's also too. This is also letting you know that the market is shooting down. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and comment if you have any questions about head and shoulders. And like I said, this is near and dear to my heart. I love the head and shoulders pattern, and I still trade it to this day. Thank you guys, and have a great day.